Hello everyone, and welcome back to another teen craft tutorial. I'm Colleen with Teen Services, and I will be walking you through this time's craft, which is going to be a mini bead gecko keychain. You can pick these up right at the main Woodmere branch. Library is open for business, so feel free to come right into the library and pick one up. If you do still choose to do curbside, we can absolutely help you with that and get you a kit through curbside as well. Alright, I'm going to bring you down so we can show you everything that's going on. So in this craft kit, we have your main color beads, which are either going to be green or like a shiny orange. Your second or off color beads, which in this case are a navy blue, but we also have purple as an option. And then in the small container, we have your string, your key ring, and then a couple black beads for the eyes. And then last but not least, your template, so you know the pattern that you're working with. What you'll need from home is just a pair of scissors. Alright, so first thing we need to do is kind of untangle our string here. Hopefully it's not too bad. I try not to tangle up too much when I put it in there, but might have to untie a little bit. And we're going to cut off a small portion. I'm going to tie it right to my camera. I know you can't see, but it's right here. I would recommend a chair or a table leg, just something so you can tie it to make it stable. So just a short amount, maybe 6 inches or so. And then we're going to take your key ring and just secure it to something so that I'm not having to have somebody hold it and I have a little bit of tension on my key ring while I'm working. You could definitely have a friend or a family member hold it for you, but I know that that can be a little hard to work with. Bring it in a little bit. Alright, we're going to get to see my camera because my key ring is here. Alright, now you need to take your string and fold it in half. So match up the ends, like so. And then with the looped end, you're going to go through your key ring and then bring the other end through that side to tie it. Alright, so we will now need our template. I'm going to go ahead and put that in front of me so I can see what I'm working with. This is a very 90s craft. I definitely made these with pony beads, so like the big chunky kids beads, when I was a young teenager, so late 90s, completely aged myself there. So we're going to work at the very tip of his nose and go down to the bottom of the tail. So you're going to take your first bead, and you'll do it in your main color this time, so the green, and thread it through the left string, like so. And then you take the right string, and you go back the other way. So it's a little hard to start and pick up because the beads are pretty small, but it makes a really cool final product, so bear with the tininess of it and it will be worth your while. So through the other side until we get our string there, and then you can see you've got the bead and then either side here, so you just pull that all the way up to the top like so, and then you would continue that all the way down until right after this row. So the row right below his eyes is where we would need to stop and switch to a different style to do the legs. I'm going to do one more row to show you what's going on if we have more than one bead. I'm going to dump a few on this tray so I can get them better. There we go. Alright, so in this row, we've got the 2 beads. So we will put through 2, 1, and 2, And then take our right string and go through the other way so they crisscross. 1. Drop my bead there. Alright. And 2. Alright, we can pull that. Grab my ends here and pull that all the way up to the top. So now we've got the 2 rows there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is do the next couple rows just off camera, and we're going to do the eye row and the next row, and then we're going to come back and I'll show you how to do the legs. So let me do that and I will be back with you. Hopefully you can kind of see them. I know it's kind of hard, but I have done up through the row right below his eyes. So we're now going to start with the leg sections. So again, we'll go ahead and just start on the left for consistency's sake. And then we're going to have to bring out our second color now, which is exciting. We'll put a few of these on there and a few more of these. So on the left side, you will want to thread all of the beads for that row. So you want to do green, green, blue, blue, blue. So we will do that. Why am I pulling out of there? Green. Two greens and 3 blues. 1. If you've got don't have the best dexterity or have a little bigger fingers, tweezers might be useful for this. I'm doing okay, but you definitely could see where that would be useful if you've got them around the house. Alright, so I'm going to tighten that row up a little bit. Alright, so I've got all of my beads strung here. The 3 blues and the 2 greens. So we're still going to do the coming back the other way, but because we're only doing this on one side, you'll come back with the same string. So we're going to kind of get it close to the edge there. This gets a little tricky, but usually tightening it up will kind of fix your problem. And you're going to skip the 3 blue beads and just put your string back through the 2 green. So I'm going to do that. It's kind of an awkward angle, so please forgive me for the weirdness. Oops. So what this is going to do is it's going to make the blue kind of fork out into the 3 like we want, but make the green a solid row. That's going to form his foot, which is perfect and exactly what we need to do. Alright, so if the ends of your string get a little dull, which can definitely happen, you can always trim off the end a little bit to make it easier for you. Alright, so we're going to pull this kind of closer to the end here because we don't want a bunch of gaps. So we'll kind of slide the 2 green right up next to our other and then pull on that string to tighten it. We'll have to kind of adjust here. This, again, is the hardest part of the entire thing. If you can make it through this, you're free and clear. Alright, so do that. You can see, hopefully, his little leg there. So, and you do the same thing on the right side. So you do the 2 greens, and the 3 blues. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so pull it all the way kind of down close to the end, Come back through the 2 greens the other direction. The first time I did this, I actually sat on the floor and did it on the table leg, and it actually worked a lot easier than doing it up on the table. So that might be something to think about when you're doing this at home, but it doesn't really work when I'm trying to show you what I'm doing. So hopefully you'll come up with a tie down point that works for you. A little bit better than me leaning over the table trying to do this. Okay, so again, we're going to pull those greens all the way right up next to the body, and then we're going to pull the string tight. And this takes a little bit of maneuvering because we want to make sure we're getting them in there, and we're keeping the row above it pretty tight as well, but we should be able to get that down and good. Just take your time and make them look how you want them to look. You may as well put forth the effort to get him how you want to get him. Alright. So there's that. I think that's pretty tight on that side too. Alright, we're going to go ahead while I'm still here. And man, I really wish I could get that row a little tighter. Alright. And do the next row just to get him kind of solidified on there. All right, we'll work on it. We'll see what we can do here. All right, so the next row after is going to be the green, blue, green, or the orange, purple, orange, depending on what version you're doing. So again, left string, green, blue, green, and back the other way with the right string. Do not have a steady hand today, clearly. Okay, after a little trying there, we got it. All right, so I'm pull it up to the top, and then we're just going to kind of adjust as we need to make that work. Oh yeah, see that actually helps a lot. All right, so we can kind of go back to the previous rows and get those tightened down. We're going to work on getting those legs a little bit tighter now that we have something below it. All right. And then once that's all to your liking, again, hardest part of the whole thing is getting the legs kind of tightened down where you want. There we go. That looks pretty good. You're going to continue with your guy all the way down to the next set of legs. So 1, 2, 3 more rows, and then repeat the same thing with the legs. And then I'll come back again and we'll do the tail down to the bottom and we'll finish them off. I'm back. I just did the row right below the feet. So now we are just going to finish up with the tail, which is just the 1 bead, alternating colors back and forth. So I just wanted to kind of do this to give a little recap on how to do just the basic stringing and to show you how to finish him off. So again, just the 1 bead on this row. And then back through the other side. And then we're going to alternate. We'll do a green one. And back through the other side. kind of pull it tight as we go there. The blue, looks like we're doing 3 blues, so that will give me an idea of how far to go. There's 2 blues and green. Now, if you like doing these, like I said, originally when I was 12, I did these with pony beads, and that would be good if you've got like your siblings. You guys could do it together because they're a little easier to work with. But there are all sorts of animals and designs out there. Do not have to do just a lizard. This is just kind of the classic that I remember doing all the time. So that's what I wanted to do for this. But there are all different kinds of designs that you can look up and make. So the sky is kind of the limit when it comes to that. Alright, so we got one more green. Got a few left over too. I wanted to make sure everybody had enough just in case I miscounted. So I suppose you could do even a longer tail if you really wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and just stop after this one and follow the pattern. Alright, so we're going to just kind of pull everything tight, make sure everything looks good, and there we go. Now, to finish them off, we're just going to literally just double knot. So we're going to do a knot and then another knot. So we'll do 1, and another one, and tie them off. And then you can just kind of trim the ends there. And we're going to take him off of that. And there we go. There is our little lizard. Alright guys, and that's it. Our finished keychains there. This is the one I did before, and the one I did today. And that is it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this craft. Hope you're enjoying the summer and summer reading program thus far. Definitely come by and pick up a kit and check out our in-person programs as well. Thank you guys. Have a good day.